0-0. What a 45 minutes this is going to be. Let's get back out to the new camp and enjoy it with Rob and Sandy.
Thanks, Dougie. They're one of the form teams in European football, Barcelona, and Celtic are halfway to one of their most impressive European results. A lot of work to be done. Everyone in the stadium knows that. But an inspiring first half showing from David Marshall. And as the first half wore on, Celtic were beginning to exert a little bit more control, but they'll expect the home team to come at them with a fury again as the match restarts. Barcelona have been trophyless for 5 years, despite massive spending. £200 million they've splashed out since 2000, with little return. They've lost Carlos Puyol, their inspirational central defender, in the first half. He'll watch the second half, much, you would imagine, to Celtic's delight, because he was very impressive, even carrying a hip injury. Can Celtic sow more seeds of uncertainty in this Barcelona team? Can Celtic make it to the UEFA Cup quarter-finals? Second half in the new camp underway. Celtic looking for shape and organisation, and good challenges like that. Although Jackie McNamara looks as if he's hurt himself as he careered into that challenge to try to keep out Luis Enrique, and McNamara still grounded. Celtic with a good attack going, Pearson and Sutton, but it's taken away by Cuckoo. McNamara still down just outside the penalty box, and now the match will be halted, so the Celtic captain can get some attention, and it's looking pretty bad.
Looks a sore one. The Celtic maybe just a little bit fortunate there. They obviously recognised Jackie McNamara was down, but they continued playing, tried to play on the break and score a goal. This is the challenge.
There was a collision with John Kennedy that caused the injury for McNamara. He collided with his own teammate, and he's getting some treatment currently. That gives us a chance to hear more from Steve Archibald.
Stevie, you think that Barcelona might be making a change? You feel that Marc Overmars should be coming into play?
Yeah, well, I think that Overmars' pace, he's not lost any of his pace. He's absolutely lightning. Barcelona needs something. He needs a spark from somewhere. Overmars can certainly provide a spark. He's got electric pace, and they need to do something.
There's a picture of Jackie McNamara just limping off. Celtic won't make the change at the moment, Rob. Overmars is warming up in front of us down here, so that change that Stevie's talking about may happen, and we're just waiting for the word about McNamara. But at the moment, Celtic are just awaiting that. I think he's going to play on.
Yeah, Jackie McNamara has hobbled over to the touchline to get continued treatment. Puyol off for Barcelona in the first half. McNamara hoping to return, if he can, for Celtic shortly, and the signs are promising. Gabri's run, very positive, the left back. Good backtracking from Petrov. And Stilian Petrov was caught by the trailing leg of Ronaldinho. That's a free kick.
I think Stan Petrov just trying to buy a little bit of time there. Ronaldinho certainly doesn't think it was a free kick. But Alan Thompson just slipped into the left back position while Jackie McNamara's off, but the Celtic captain looks as if he's ready to come back on. I don't think Ronaldinho can have any complaints. He certainly catches Petrov late there. Good skill from the Bulgarian.
Jackie McNamara wants back on the pitch, but he hasn't had the all clear so far, so Celtic temporarily down to 10 men. Dutchman Weisiger. Xavi, the impressive midfielder for Barcelona, gets it back. Luis Garcia was the target for the pass. It didn't find its way through. Thompson fires it down for Chris Sutton, doesn't make it stick, and you just wonder how how close to 100% fitness Chris Sutton is. Meantime, there's fury in the Celtic technical area as Jackie McNamara finally gets the all clear to come back on. He was waiting for some considerable time before the referee said, OK, on you come, and I think the steam was coming out of Martin O'Neill's ears.
Understandably, I mean, it was a long time there, and Martin O'Neill was out. He's got a huge dugout area here for, he likes to stretch the leash a bit. He was out there having a go. John Robertson, you just saw a moment ago, just calming him down a little bit, but Martin O'Neill rightly raging because the referee failed to see that McNamara had recovered and wanted reintroduced into play.
Agat, Sutton, Petrov, in goes Gabri. He looks a good player, doesn't make too many mistakes, and impressive both in defence and attack.
Yeah, he's a good defender, also very quick going forward, like most of the Barcelona players.
Agat's pass, Chris Sutton tried to play it in, blocked by Oliger.
Just when you mentioned Chris Sutton here, Rob, you wonder just how his fitness level is. Sutton, Thompson and Varga obviously missed a few days training. Sutton a couple of weeks training. Can they last 90 minutes? That'll be a question Martin O'Neill's got to answer.
Chabi's pass, lead off by Luis Enrique, good work by Neil Lennon, winning the ball in the midfield. Free kick is given to Barcelona, and the news from the technical area check is that Liam Miller's going to be coming on.
Well, we may have a story in the making here. Liam Miller, who's been out of the Celtic team since he announced he was leaving Manchester United, is going to come on. Maybe using a moment or two is coming off, Rob, but I did speak about at half-time to the backroom staff. They said they're hopeful that Chris Sutton could go the distance. I don't think it'll be Sutton, but we'll wait and see.
Didier Agat, great run. Chris Sutton. I think that was intended for Larsson from Sutton. It finally finds its way through. Larsson's cross, stretching with Stephen Pearson.
But Rob, just before that, what a chance for Celtic. Didier Agat should have passed the ball earlier. Chris Sutton was standing on his own. He's absolutely raging at the full back. Should have passed it earlier. He'd have been through the goalkeeper, and it could have been a real chance.
There is Liam Miller preparing to come on. Stephen Pearson was at full stretch here. It's going to be Jackie McNamara, injured and heading off. And his replacement is Liam Miller, Manchester United bound at the end of the season. He hasn't played since the New Year Old Firm game, so 3 months of inaction end for Miller in the new camp.
Well, one thing about Liam Miller is a good footballer, good composure, great awareness. Alan Thompson slipping in the left back row. Miller's going to play away on the right hand side, and still in Petrov in beside Neil Lennon.
So now Miller, Petrov, Lennon and Pearson is the four-man midfield for Celtic. Thompson at left back and Henrik Larsson captain. That's the reshuffle. Koku's pass to Ronaldinho. The referee got in the way. Neil Lennon, Didier Agat, worming his way out of a tight situation and gives it to Reisiger. That's good covering across from Stanislav Varga. He had to be alive there to the dangers as Pearson was beaten by Reisiger.
Good cover from Varga, but just before that the Barcelona players were swarming around Didier Agat. He just had nowhere to go under so much pressure.
Reisiger again losing no opportunities to get forward down the touchline, but Barcelona are going to make the change Steve Archibald was speaking about, and it's Marco Overmars, the experienced Dutchman, who's going to replace Reisiger. It's going to be Dutchman for Dutchman, and this a change very much of the offensive variety, with the fullback Reisiger off and the winger Overmars on. Barcelona have to go for it. They need a goal to square the tie. They need a couple to get through.
Overmars is so quick, can play down either flank. I'm interested just to see how Barcelona move the players about.
Liam Miller, Stephen Pearson. Chris Sutton. And at left back, Alan Thompson. Plays it beyond everyone. Mark Overmars hugging the left touchline. So Gabri has got right back, and Philip Koku, I think, playing left back now for Barcelona as they too reshuffle.
Yeah, Gabri played right full back last weekend for Barcelona. He'll be comfortable there. Koku can play really any position in the midfield or the back.
Here is Koku. First involvement for Overmars. Quickly into the tackle was Didier Agat.
That's a good chance from Didier Agat. Not letting Overmars get an early touch in the ball.
Frank Rijkaard's first season in charge at Barcelona. He has galvanised the team this season, and since the turn of the year their form has been very impressive. You need to go some to win 9 games on the bounce in the Spanish league. Liam Miller. Chris Sutton took his eye off it. Oleguer's pass to Xabi. Overmars takes a tumble. It was theatrical, and it was well spotted by Domenico Messina.
It was also good defending from Celtic. Liam Miller doubling back with Didier Agat, 2-on-1 against Overmars, giving him nowhere to go.
Gerrard's pass to Gabri. Luis Garcia. Ronaldinho with freedom to roam. And booms a pass over the head of Agat to Overmars. Good challenge, good recovery by Didier Agat. Now Petrov, he's given that away. Straight to Koku.
That was good defending from Celtic, but again giving away possession so easily. They're counting their own half, they just can't get out at all, can't hold on to the ball.
Marquez, the first half replacement for Puyol. Xabi's pass. Gabri racing into the box, and that's good work from Stephen Pearson. Matched up all the way.
Great tracking back from Stephen Pearson. We said it earlier, Gabri's very, very quick. I'm just watching Ronaldinho as well now, Rob. He's got a little bit more freedom. He played mainly off the left-hand side first half, but he's drifting all across the front now.
It's almost a front four now for Barcelona with Luis Garcia, Luis Enrique, Ronaldinho and Overmars. Bags of attacking options, and a lot hinging on Gerrard and Xabi in the midfield area. Here is Xabi. Luis Garcia. Good anticipation from Stan Varga, who's done that well.
Alan Thompson cut out just a little bit there, too far forward. The Varga covering well.
Garcia's cross laid away by Varga. 12 minutes gone in the second half. Barcelona 0, Celtic 0 in the Nou Camp. Still 1-0 for the Scottish champions in waiting overall.
It's been all Barcelona. The 12 minutes of the first 12 minutes of the second half. The young David Marshall has very, very little to do. That's a good sign from Celtic's point of view, but a lot of pressure on the back players.
Ronaldinho's pass to Gabri. Floats in the cross. John Kennedy left it to Didier Agat. Thompson's pass to Sutton. Needs to keep it. Can't. Overmars, a new threat to Celtic. Kennedy doing the defending. Solid and safe. Larsson. Desperate to keep the ball. Xabi threads the pass through for Luis Enrique. It's John Kennedy again, another hero emerging for Celtic, but there's a long way to go, there's a lot to be done.
Celtic have defended well.
Squared by Ronaldinho to Gabri. Luis Garcia, the curling effort goes wide.
For me, that was poor positional play from Alan Thompson. Obviously not normally a left back, having to play in there with the injury to Jackie McNamara, but he goes to the ball too early, leaving a big gap down that right hand side as Barcelona go forward. And if this is on target, it's a real problem for the goalkeeper.
Roma 2, Villarreal 1 is the latest in Italy, but Villarreal, the Spanish team, still with the edge there, 3-2 overall. The winners of that one play the winners of this one. Didier Agat's interception before the crossfield pass reached Overmars. It's getting a bit twitchy down on the touchline, so much at stake here. And even the normally cool Frank Rijkaard might just be getting a little flustered as this match wears on. Steve Archibald has been gazing into his crystal ball again, I think, Chick, is he?
Yeah, back on the success of Overmars, Stevie thinks Sergio Garcia might be the next player to come on. What will you offer him, Stevie?
Sergio Garcia is a little striker, quick, very direct. If he gets the ball outside 18-yard box, he'll take the player on and he'll go direct to goal. He's maybe one of the quickest players at the club. Again, more pace they'll possibly introduce to the front line.
Celtic too have just had a little tactics talk about possible order change, Rob.
Thompson's free kick. Chris Sutton muscled out of it. Not too often you say that. Petrov's pass, cut out, tries again. Gabri's challenge, and what about Celtic, Chick?
Well, I just can't lip read at the moment to see what Martin O'Neill's talking about. They are talking about changes. Well, we know the substitutes are still available for them, but I think he might just hold it for a few moments yet.
Luis Enrique chasing, back from Agat to Marshall. And if you're looking for the final whistle, it's a long way away. We've played just over an hour, 61 minutes on the clock. And remember, if Barcelona score once here, then we will settle this one on silver goal. Away goals don't count double in extra time. In that instance, you play 15 minutes. If one team is ahead, they've won. If not, it's another 15. If it can't be settled at that stage, it's a penalty shootout.
Great charge from Neil Lennon.
And a surging run from the midfield by Stilian Petrov. Henrik Larsson on his left foot. Shot on target, but a comfortable save for Valdez.
That's the first time Celtic have been forward at all second half. Certainly a half chance for Henry Larsson, but really didn't make the goalkeeper work hard enough down his throat.
Gerrard's pass, Luis Garcia, and it was played too far in front of Luis Enrique, and that allowed David Marshall to get off his line and make the save, another valuable save.
I tell you, Rob, this isn't an easy one for the goalkeeper. I'm sure we'll see it in a minute, but the ball bounced just in front of him as it came across goal. Great hands from David Marshall.
Well, Gypsy Lee Archibald has cracked it again, because it's Sergio Garcia who's going to be on the pitch shortly for Barcelona. Another striking option. John Kennedy launches it downfield for Celtic. Chris Sutton certainly showing signs of tiredness to my eye at the moment, but he'll give it his all as long as he's on the pitch.
He won't be tired. Hasn't had any real training sessions for a few weeks now. But his experience, I'm sure, will carry him through.
Xavi to Cocu. Overmars tries to get between Miller and Agat. That's terrific defending from Liam Miller, teaming up with Agat to keep out Overmars.
Great play from Liam Miller. He's played well since he's come on.
Luis Enrique, the captain, hands the armband to Cocu. That was great defending by Kennedy and Miller. the gap against Overmars, and now Sergio Garcia in place of Luis Enrique. Xavi's pass, Ronaldinho. That's good play from Liam Miller. Henrik Larsson takes the ball for a walk. Overlapping Agat. And Stilian Petrov with the back post run. Won the header but couldn't hit the target.
Tell you, Rob, if Stilian Petrov had that gone over his head, Stephen Pearson was on his own, making a late run from the left midfield position. Petrov obviously not aware. Just out of the picture. It's a good ball from Agat, good play from Celtic going forward. But Stephen Pearson's just beyond Petrov there if he'd let it go.
Free kick given against Stephen Pearson for a shove on Gabri. Great energy from Petrov in the last 5 minutes or so. He's made a couple of terrific runs from deep positions right into the penalty area. Gerrard's pass, and Alan Thompson decisive.
Strong challenge here from Alan Thompson, maybe just slightly out of position again. He's got to be really aware in that left back position. Don't leave any space behind them.
Sergio Garcia trying to find a way through. Thompson knocks it over the top for Larsson. Out comes Valdez.
He's unlucky, Henrik Larsson. Good run to stay onside. The pass from Thompson just too straight.
Gerrard to Gabri. Frank Rijkaard ringing the changes, looking for a breakthrough. Varga strong in defence. Ronaldinho tries to pick holes. John Kennedy launches it clear. Barcelona claiming for handball. And referee Messina unimpressed. Overmars. Well, he was always going to struggle to outpace Didier Agat, but he has won a corner.
Good defender from Didier Agat. But Overmars, I don't think he's really helped Barcelona at all since he's come on. Didier Agat snuffed him out really well with the help of Liam Miller.
Xavi's corner. Pinball inside the Celtic penalty box. Didier Agat forces it clear. Tense, nervous, I'll bet you are watching this at home. But Celtic so far toughing it out against the might of Barcelona. Xavi looking to try to find a gap as Celtic succeed meantime in keeping their shape, keeping their discipline. Gabri, that's well won by Stilian Petrov. He's having a very impressive slice of the game. Last 10 or 15 minutes he's having a big save, but Celtic give possession away there too cheaply. Ronaldinho snaking his way into the penalty box, and David Marshall and Didier Agat combined to stop him squaring the tie.
Good save again from the young goalkeeper. You see Ronaldinho there, he's trying to get the home fans behind him, but it was Henrik Larsson that time that gave the ball away in his own half, and Ronaldinho driving forward, beating man after man.
Xavi's corner, headed away by Lennon. Back it comes from Gabri. That's Stan Varga with the up and under. Xavi plays it back in. Ronaldinho, brilliant skills. Gabri's shot spilled by Marshall, and good play by Stan Varga to complete the clearance.
It's a great challenge from Varga. Celtic again under lots of pressure. The whole fans getting right behind their team now.
Marquez to Overmars.
Every Celtic player behind the ball within 35 yards of their own goal. Simply forced back.
Luis Garcia. Well read by Petrov.
good play from Petrov, but just know where to go. I'm looking at Chris Sutton, Rob. Well, he's really tired, he's not really in the game at all. I'm sure Martin O'Neill's got to be thinking about taking him off. He's given everything he's got, but really Celtic don't have anything going forward.
Mind you, that was a tired pass from Philip Koku. Neil Lennon. Henrik Larsson. Useful pass for Miller. No free kick. Xabi to Luis Garcia. Now Gerrard. Started so impressively for Barcelona. Overmars, pacey, elusive. Xabi, onside. What a save! Sensational stuff from David Marshall to deny Luis Garcia.
Unbelievable save from Marshall. Luis Garcia, he's onside when the ball's played. There's no way he's offside. Tremendous stop to put it over the bar.
Luis Garcia couldn't believe that he'd been denied. Barcelona have a free kick, but I think most people inside the stadium still stunned by a marvellous piece of goalkeeping from 19-year-old David Marshall. Overmars chips the ball in. Alan Thompson wins the header. John Kennedy just lets it rip into the stand. That'll do.
Anywhere now. You see he's onside when the ball's played. Watch this for a save. That's unbelievable. Great reflexes from the young man. What a game he's had.
20 minutes left in the new camp. 0-0. 1-0 Celtic on aggregate. Barcelona trying everything in their powers to make a breakthrough. But with spirit and intelligence and interceptions like that one by Alan Thompson, Celtic just hope they can hold out.
They're having to work really hard, Celtic, all over the park, but so are Barcelona. In the last part of the game, that's when mistakes happen because of the tiredness and lack of concentration.
Sergio Garcia slips it through for Luis Garcia. No free kick for the challenge on Sutton. And Barcelona frustrated as that attack fizzles out. Well, what about this from the teenager Marshall? Onside Luis Garcia, caught it perfectly. He was expecting the net to welcome it in. Great goalkeeping, and again there to stop Ronaldinho.
And just before that, Rob, again, Chris Sutton had the ball played into his feet. Normally Chris Sutton will hold on to that, link people in, win a free kick, and that time just give away possession. He looks really tired.
Yeah, that's where a fully fit and on form Chris Sutton would hold that in, keep it, wait for reinforcements. But just at the moment, it's not sticking for Celtic when they do play the ball forward.
They can't keep the ball up the park. And the one thing about it is if they can keep possession, Stanley and Petrov's made one or two marvellous runs from deep, from that central area.
I've been impressed with Liam Miller's contribution since he came on. He's given them a bit of composure, he's passed it well.
Rob, you don't say for Man United if they're not a good player.
Xabi picks out Luis Garcia. Ronaldinho desperate for the ball. Instead, Luis Garcia flings it wide left, and it's way beyond Mark Overmars. And Ronaldinho furious with Luis Garcia.
Yeah, it wasn't the best of passes. I'm just looking at Frank Rijkaard. I'm sure he'll be taking chances now, pushing more and more people forward.
Petrov clears for Celtic. Well, they've held out Celtic for 70 minutes. Gabri. His cross. And the header flies wide from Sergio Garcia. It was a chance.
It's a decent chance from Didier Gatti at the back post. I think it just does enough to put Sergio Garcia off. Doesn't get the header on target. the young striker there, getting a yard of space. It's a good ball in. And what's the idea? Just a little bit of pressure on him, a little bit of a nudge to put him off so he doesn't get the header on target. Good defending.
That's better from Chris Sutton. A good header back to Liam Miller. Barcelona's throw. And they are a team in a hurry. Heading out of the UEFA Cup if the scoreline stays this way. Goalless on the night. Still trailing to Alan Thompson's first leg goal. Oleguer to Overmars. Looking to get in behind Didier Agat. No joy for the Dutchman. It is a corner, but he just can't get beyond Agat.
Celtic have to concentrate out the set piece. Make sure everyone's picked up. Defend the second ball.
In comes the corner from Chabi. Neil Lennon got his head to it. Overmars plays it back into the box. Petrov defended it well. Sutton's there, but he can't keep possession. And Ronaldinho has it. Celtic working so hard all over the pitch. In it comes from Chabi. Varga wins the header. Another brilliant save from David Marshall. Keeps out Sergio Garcia. It's almost unbelievable, this goalkeeping performance from the youngster.
It's a great save again. It's two hands. Doesn't knock it back out to Barcelona player. Make sure it goes round the post to safety.
More pressure from Barcelona. Varga heads clear. And Ronaldinho thumps it way over the top.
It's a great header from Stan Varga. This is the previous one though. Sergio Garcia on his left foot. Hits it through a lot of bodies. And Marshall right across. Two hands to the ball.
15 minutes left. How are those fingernails down on the touchline, Chick?
Well, mine are gone, and I think Martin Neal's in a much worse state. He's did a little chat with John Robertson whether they make a change. There's no doubt that Chris Sutton really is feeling the pace now. I think they're just going to stick out as long as they can. 15 minutes left. We're going to give them a little 10-minute spell again and see how it goes.
Good work from Neil Lennon. Liam Miller with bags of ability. Almost overcooked it there though. That's an important challenge by Alan Thompson because it delays Ronaldinho. Otherwise Celtic could have been in trouble. They still might be. Luis Garcia plays in the cross. And a good challenge inside the area from Liam Miller, which stopped Barcelona getting a clear header in on goal. Well, it's difficult to keep your eyes off the clock. 13 minutes left of regulation time. Gerrard to Gabri. Luis Garcia's pass intercepted by Alan Thompson. Stephen Pearson. Henrik Larsson fires the ball out of play. And Rafa Marquez almost into the crowd to get the ball back.
Barcelona are trying to keep the pace up, the tempo of the game, trying to get this that yard of space where they can make it count. The Celtic are working so hard, very, very determined.
Great challenge, Neil Lennon on Ronaldinho. Thompson plays it down the line. Everything flowing through Chabi. Philip Cocu. Chabi plays it in and Stan Varga responding to the shouts from David Marshall. Lets it go.
That's good defending from Celtic. Barcelona are trying to get down the flanks, trying to get to the dead ball in and throw the ball into the box, but Celtic are stopping them doing that. They're having to play through the middle, and you've seen it there, poor pass forward all the way through to David Marshall.
Chabi's pass to Luis Garcia. Mark Overmars. 3 Celtic players around him. Still manages to pull it back. Who's there? Neil Lennon. Well, that's gone behind for a corner despite John Kennedy's best efforts. Neil Lennon will be disappointed with himself. He could have put that anywhere.
It was a mistake from Neil Lennon. It normally takes a touch, good awareness of what's going on round about him. But that time, for some reason, just knocked out for the corner.
Ronaldinho with the corner kick. And it was Kennedy at the back post who flicked it away. Luis Garcia keeps possession despite Stephen Pearson's challenge. Gerrard. Oleguer. Ronaldinho. Thrown it into the box. Stan Varga tries to get it clear. Neil Lennon does. Celtic unable to keep possession of the ball though. Marquez plays it in. Petrov heads it away.
They can't keep the ball, Celtic, but they're defending really well. Defending in numbers, covering each other, helping each other, working hard for each other to keep Barcelona at bay.
Luis Garcia's shot carries no great threat. That'll do nicely for Celtic. And we've 10 minutes to go in the new camp. Barcelona 0, Celtic 0. It's 1-0 Celtic overall. It's at moments like this I wish I smoked.
Don't start now. Just you stick to alcohol.
That's very kind of you. Ronaldinho on the ball. The long raking pass picks out Luis Garcia. He's got the better of Alan Thompson on his left foot. Good block, Stan Varga. Through from Marquez. Luis Garcia's onside. What a great challenge by Stanislav Varga. He had to get it right. He did.
Perfect timing from the big man at the back. Kept his eye on the ball. Sergio Garcia just a little yard of space inside the box.
6 in the box for the Barcelona corner. John Kennedy got his head to it. And telling his teammates to push out. The word is Momo Silla is going to come on for Celtic. Marquez plays the ball in. John Kennedy won the header. Another vital interception, and that's a Celtic free kick.
Great header from John Kennedy, right in the 6-yard box.
Well, what's Steve Archibald making of all this, Chick?
Well, that change is going to be made in a moment or two. Momo Silla come on for Celtic. But Stevie, what has Frank Rijkaard got left in his locker?
I think he's probably played all he can play. He's on the bench. He's got Quaresma. He can move on for Luis Garcia, but it's pretty much of a muchness. I think he's played all his big cards, and he's got to try and push the thing home now.
That change will just be made in a moment or two. Silla, don't know who's coming off yet, Rob, but you'll be the first to know.
And Barcelona, of course, have made all 3 changes. So there's nothing in the way of personnel that Frank Rijkaard can do. It's up to the 11 on the pitch.
You would think it's got to be Chris Sutton coming off.
Yep, Chris Sutton out on his feet. He's put in a Herculean effort here. Short of matches, short of training, short of fitness, but never short of effort. He's done a good job. Momo Silla replaces him for the final minutes. Can Celtic keep their concentration? In from Javi. And that's comfortable for Marshall. And the coach unimpressed at the delivery from the set piece.
It was a poor ball in, but young David Marshall made it look easy. Good communication inside his own 18-yard box here. He's been immense to right young Marshall. 19, is he?
19.
Tremendous maturity.
And a good forward run there from Stephen Pearson, feeding off the flick from Larsson and getting Celtic further up the pitch, and that's important. Silla.
It's a free kick. Free kick against Momo Silla.
I don't think they heard the whistle. allegedly. Six and a half minutes left. The way things are, Celtic heading through. Plenty of time for a twist in the tail though, but it won't happen here because Sergio Garcia lost his footing as Luis Garcia threaded the pass.
I think before the game tonight, Rob, everyone thought Celtic would have to score to go through. But the way it's going, they've defended so well for so long in this game. That's what it's going to take to get to the next round.
Free kick against Momo Silla. It eats up a few seconds. Xabi trying everything in his locker to make things happen in these closing stages for Barcelona. Gerrard squares it to Rafa Marquez. His pass to Sergio Garcia. Ronaldinho wanted it and got it and gets a free kick. That could be costly for Celtic. Neil Lennon furious at the award, and he realises what the repercussions might be.
Well, I think it was a free kick that time. Ronaldinho, such a good first touch, controlling the ball. You see just the kick in the back of the ankle there from Liam Miller and Ronaldinho. The referee again getting it right.
Puyol offers up a silent prayer. David Marshall harnesses all his powers of concentration. Ronaldinho scored on Sunday from just this position against Real Sociedad for a 9th straight Spanish League win. Can he again conjure up something special to keep Barcelona alive in Europe? Ronaldinho's effort into the wall, straight back to him. Celtic survive at least the first threat. The referee plays advantage after the foul was on Petrov. He's still down, he's hurt, and you would imagine he might well stay there for all sorts of reasons.
Can't believe that Diagat didn't put the ball out of play. Still in, Petrov still down.
And I don't imagine Barcelona will be too keen to put the ball out of play and allow Petrov treatment. Yeah, that could prove a real blunder by Agat.
Yeah, you're right. Well, if Celtic don't put it out, why should Barcelona? That's the rules. The Sullivan. Petrov slowly getting back on his feet.
Overmars against Agat. Didier Agat did so well. And well, I guess that's a player making up for what could have been a pretty serious error.
Yeah.
And look at Carlos Puyol, almost on the pitch. The man who was substituted in the first half.
It's a yellow card for still in Petrov.
Petrov booked.
He's also off the field at this moment. That's because he was down for that length of time there, saying he was needing treatment. The referees made him go off to receive treatment.
Celtic down to 10 men for the moment. Stan Varga powers his header away. In goes Alan Thompson to win it and break away for Celtic and give them some respite if nothing else. But there might be a chance here to play in Petrov, who's back on the pitch. Petrov's cross, and Baldes gets there before Larsson. Less than 3 minutes in the new camp. 3 minutes between Celtic and one of their most impressive ever European results. Stephen Pearson, full of running, full of energy, gives it away at the end of the run. Xabi has it. Now Celtic have to track back. Ronaldinho to Xabi. Sergio Garcia, great challenge by Stan Varga. Timed that perfectly. Henrik Larsson gives it away. Marquez to another of the substitutes, Overmars. Barcelona have tried everything here to break Celtic down. Good play by Liam Miller. Gets it back from Momo Silla. Good short passes, simple passes. And Stilian Petrov wins a free kick and also earns Ronaldinho a yellow card.
Yeah, Ronaldinho, you can see there he accepts that one. Apologises for getting it wrong. Frustration, I'm sure, from the Brazilian.
That final whistle would be nice, but we're going to have to wait. A minute and a half of normal time is remaining. There will be some stoppage time. It's high tension in the Nou Camp. Luis Garcia to Ronaldinho. Through goes Gerrard. Stan Varga's been a hero at the back for Celtic. Let's hope he can keep it going.
Varga's been immense as well. Varga and Kennedy. Young David Marshall behind them.
Overmars, great first touch. Poor second one. That lets in Didier Gat. Thumps it down the line for Sila. First there was Oleguer. 89 minutes on the clock. Sergio Garcia stopped by Varga. Is that really the player who couldn't get a game for Sunderland? Stan Varga, who's been reinvented by Martin O'Neill.
There's certainly been a rock tonight. That's great play from Stilian Petrov there as well. Knew exactly what he was doing. Won the ball, driving forward. Wanted the free kick. He's earned that, and that takes the pressure off Celtic again. It's important what Alan Thompson does with this one. Don't give that away. Try and play in the Barcelona half in the last couple of minutes.
There's Liam Miller. There's Neil Lennon. Nods it into the corner. Miller chases. Against Oleguer, there was grappling going on. Barcelona have a free kick. Seconds left of the 90 minutes. We're just about into stoppage time. You can almost reach out and touch the tension. 3 minutes to be added to the 90. Foul by Ronaldinho on Larsson. There wasn't too much malicious about it, but Celtic will take that happily.
I tell you, Rob, it's great refereeing again. Mr. Messina from Italy, he's been immense tonight. He's had a great game as a referee. He's now saying the Celtic players get on with things. They'll just add on time if they don't. Just put it in the corner now. Don't try to play it back in the ball. Just play it in the corner.
Henrik Larsson won the header. Valdez drops on it and quickly throws it out to Marquez. A long ball downfield. Sergio Garcia waiting to receive it. Turned infield to Luis Garcia. Stilian Petrov nipped in front of him. It's gone behind. Barcelona have a corner kick, and there's a clash between Sergio Garcia and Alan Thompson to get the ball out to the corner flag. Desperate for an equaliser, Barcelona. It's Sergio Garcia ricocheting across the penalty box. Stephen Pearson takes it away. Celtic on the counter. Clever play from Pearson, shifting the angle of the attack.
Can't believe John Kennedy's up there beside him. He's got to get back.
And Henrik Larsson knew exactly what he was doing. He clips it off Overmars. Celtic have a corner, and that means the ball is well into Barcelona territory with just over a minute of stoppage time left.
Celtic have to keep it there. I'm sure it'll be a short one. There's no way they'll play this one into the box. Henrik Larsson almost going towards the ball. They've got to be careful with the referee here. He'll add on time if Celtic try to delay it too long.
And Larsson and Sila unlikely to be stopped for speeding as they make their way across to the corner. Henrik Larsson thought that was another corner, but it's been given as a goal kick. We're inside the final minute of the match, the third minute of stoppage time. If Barcelona are to save this, they'll have to do it quickly. Gabri with a tentative pass towards Overmars. Sila has it, now Agat, and now Larsson. 30 seconds between Celtic and the UEFA Cup quarter-finals. Chabi fires it forward. Stan Varga with a positive header.
Just take it to the corner.
Stephen Pearson. Stilian Petrov. Pearson again. Momo Sila gives it back to Pearson. 3 minutes have been added. Celtic have beaten Barcelona. A star has been born in 19-year-old David Marshall, and he is the man of the match.
There's no question about that, Rob. He's been immense tonight. Tremendous saves from the youngster, great maturity. You can see the celebrations there with young Craig Beattie. He's my BBC Scotland man of the match, no question about it.
A remarkable performance by Celtic, and they've taken one of their biggest ever European scalps. Remember the quality of the opposition in one of the finest leagues in the world. They've won 9 games on the trot. There's a lot of raw emotion out there now. Martin O'Neill embracing Didier Agat. Every player a hero for Celtic. For much of the match it's been a rearguard action, but Barcelona unable to break down the Scottish champions-elect, and Celtic see out the win. And the perceived wisdom, of course, was that Celtic would have to score in Barcelona to get through. That theory has been gloriously undone. A goalless draw does it for Celtic, and Alan Thompson's first leg goal proves to be crucial, and he gets a pat on the back from the manager as he heads off. An evening of almost unbearable tension at times for the Celtic supporters. That final whistle seemed as if it would never come. Finally it did, and finally Barcelona had run out of ideas, outfought by Celtic, and the form team of La Liga have been knocked out of the UEFA Cup by Celtic, and another European adventure continues. And what about the man of the match? Let's hear from him.
David,